So today's day trading lesson is going to be all about identifying the shift in trend from a bearish market sentiment into a bullish market sentiment using basic concepts like psychology and just common sense thinking. No indicators, none of that's needed. It's all just very basic process oriented thinking that you can identify this happening over the span of a few days, and you can be ready for stocks like SES today, which closed up like 300%, and it's probably going to go supernova next week. So stay tuned for that. There's some very good lessons in this. Make sure you get a notepad or something down to write down, because I'm sure that you guys are going to get a ton of content from this. Stay tuned. All right, so here we are on my screen share. And if you have any questions on exactly what brokers I use, what platforms I use, and all that good stuff, there is an FAQ down in the description. Just hit the show more button, scroll all the way down, and you'll see that there, because I know there's going to be a ton of questions of all of that. So that's there for your convenience. So today I'm going to talk about, just how to kind of notice using trader psychology and just knowing how traders work, how to notice when the market is going to start shifting and become a lot more bullish. So if you've been trading small caps for the past 3-4 months, then you would know that the past month and a half has been an extremely dead market. Everything that's been popping up has been an all-day fader, mainly short biased, and nothing has just been giving longs any confidence. And we've been seeing this happen. Everything was just fading off all day and just not recovering whatsoever. That changed on Monday. Here's the chart of PFNX, and this was on Monday, the 7th of October. You can see this was just, yet again, another classic all-day fade. It would pop up, have a quick spike in pre-market, but then ultimately it would fade off and fall all day. So now you have to imagine yourself being a short seller. If you're a person who's going short on this, what do you want to happen? Well, of course, you're going to want to be shorting into this VWAP resistance at market open, and you're going to expect this to probably want to drop back down to 750 just to fill that gap down to the previous day close. And whenever it has a bounce back up to VWAP, you would just load back up your shares, adding into your position on that VWAP resistance, anticipating this just to have a breakdown and fade down into the 750s and $7. But here you can see that didn't happen. It ended up holding support all day. The volume got super illiquid. As you can see there, no volume whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, it gets this big pop. It pops right up through VWAP. It has a lot of volume, and it squeezes all the shorts out. And this is a thing that we haven't seen happen in like a month and a half. So you have to imagine, like, say you're a person who is mainly like a long biased trader. You're going to notice this. If you're watching PFNX, if you had the proper scanners, you would have noticed this happen. And what do you think any long biased trader is going to do when they see this happen? They're going to say, okay, finally there is some opportunity to make money. I'm going to look for this same type of scenario where we have an all-day fader that holds support, and once it looks like it's going to reverse, I'm going to start buying in to squeeze out those shorts. If you're a short seller, what are you going to do? Well, you're still going to take these trades just because lots of them have been just huge all-day faders. But if you notice it holding support and they get some volume, you're going to be very compelled, likely to cover on the break of VWAP. And of course, whenever you're a short that covers, you're buying back, and that causes buying pressure, which fuels the extended squeeze forward. No indicators needed. It's not just some random numbers crossing. It's very basic psychology oriented thinking. What are other traders going to do, and how can you use that type of knowledge to make you a better trader? That's what all successful traders do. So then the next day we had ASUR. So ASUR on the 8th, this one was once again within a small cap niche. Like it had basically the same price range as PFNX. And this was kind of the same thing, right? In the morning, it was a clear short, had a bunch of resistance, and lots of shorts probably had their positions all up in the 850s and the 860s. Once it broke down VWAP with that large sell-off, they're probably using these top wicks just to re-add a bit more size. And overall, what are they expecting? Well, this thing has gapped up. Like the previous day close was near 680s. And you can be well sure that they're going to expect this to fade off all day. But then you can see, once again, this thing had pre-market support at $8. It had this fake breakdown and like a trap right there, and it recovered right away. So what do you think longs are going to do? Well, any long that was watching for PFNX, they're going to be just looking for a stock that's an all-day fade that's going to like reverse trend and recover. And they know this, like this trap here. They're going to say, okay, well, this one has reclaimed support. Yesterday, we had a stock that reclaimed support and just squeezed out all the shorts. I'm going to start going long in this, and that's going to cause buying pressure. All the shorts, like once you have this green candle, all the shorts are going to remember what happened with PFNX, and they're going to be compelled to cover, which causes more buying pressure, and it's going to fuel that type of big reversal. And you can see this one, it wasn't a huge reversal, but it just more signs that, okay, people are catching on to this type of trend where now we're seeing stocks do midday reversals. And you can see this reversal happened at around 12:30. And the next one was OCGN. This happened the next day. OCGN, this was on the 9th. You can see the trend is starting to form. More people are noticing it over time as it keeps repeating. This one, same thing. Very clear short in the morning into the pre-market resistance at the 170s. Once it breaks VWAP, they short into that VWAP as resistance, expecting this to fall all the way down. But then, of course, it finds support near the 140s. And it makes this very perfect trap right there. And that's the first sign of having a larger like reversal. And here in TradeBuddy, this is where we always try to be buying in. Like once this like trap forms is once we're going long. And like once again, once that trap forms, people notice, okay, the past 2 days, we had stocks that looked like an all-day fade that would have a trap and then have a big reversal. So what's it going to do? Well, it's probably going to want to squeeze up into VWAP and maybe squeeze over. Longs notice this. Shorts notice it. It's not rocket science. No indicators needed. And then like here we can see because it had a lower float, like this one actually was able to squeeze out and break above pre-market high. And when you have that happen, here's a potential place where you can have a big short squeeze because lots of shorts had their size here in the 170s. And man, if they didn't cover all through this, like imagine you're a short seller who has an average size in the 170s. It goes all the way down to the 140s. You're up like 16% on your short, but you don't cover and you're too stubborn. Imagine having this just squeeze against you and now you're down 10%. You're going to be like, man, that was a dumb move. I don't want to have this become a large loss. I'm going to want to cover once this gets back down to break even. And this is where that huge idea of previous resistance as support comes in. Whenever you have a big breakout where you have a lot of shorts, look to be buying that previous resistance as new support because you know lots of shorts are going to want to be covering at that point. And the ones who didn't cover, they're going to fuel that further short squeeze. And this is a perfect sign of what was to come with SES today. Now you can see this one overall, like it couldn't hold up that huge move. It tried, but it just couldn't do it, and it faded off the next few days. But now let's look at SES. This one was a massive mover today, and this one was a very awesome trade. So the news on SES was that it was a reverse merger. And once again, same exact pattern. No indicators needed, just basic common sense thinking of understanding psychology of shorts and longs. Of course, short into the pre-market high, expecting this to be an all-day fade because it was a big gap up. This one closed yesterday at around 185. So lots of shorts are they're going to say, oh man, this is trash news. No reason to be up. I'm going to be shorting here like near the 4s. And I'm going to be covering down in the low 2s. Easy money, right? Now, the main thing, if you're long, you don't want to be playing here in the morning, because what have we seen with all the stocks that have moved over the past week? They've all moved in the afternoon. They have not been spiking in the morning. They've been spiking as midday reversals. And you have to notice this action. Like, one of the most important things when you're trading is that you have to have a basic general understanding of what the market is doing right now and adapting to that current market environment. That doesn't mean that you have to change your entire strategy completely, but you have to just adapt. Like, if you are a person who mainly trades morning spikes and the market's showing you that it's only doing afternoon runs, then stop trading in the morning and wait for the afternoon. You can trade the same type of strategy using like the same psychology, but just move your time frame a bit further back. It's like common sense, right? Like, if the market's not showing you a huge morning spikes and everything that spikes in the morning fails, then stop trying to trade that. If you keep trying, you're going to keep losing, and many people on YouTube are for some reason doing that. But anyways, you can see like this one had a support level near $3 on the line chart, right up in here. You can see this is what we teach in the course, is that whenever you see a daily line chart that's tested as resistance and support, that's going to be a very significant level. And you can see here, $3, that was one of those levels. You can see this one overall, it just kept fading all day. Lots of shorts holding on to this, expecting it to break the pre-market lows, like way down here in the 250s. But then it has this big long wick and then recovers. And that's a trap reversal. That's one of the most important things that we teach in TradeBuddy is those trap reversals. How to identify those trap reversals. And then, because everyone understands the pattern of PFNX, ASUR, OCGN, once they see that trap reversal and they see that volume coming in, all of the longs are going to hop into this long, and like the smart shorts are going to know to cover, because if they don't cover, it's going to squeeze without them. And this is the start of a short squeeze. And now from here, once you break over those pre-market highs, hands down the best area to be getting in when you know shorts are trapped and you know it has big potential for a short squeeze is that you need to be getting in at that previous resistance as new support, having trust in the idea that any short who did not cover is going to be very compelled like to cover down at this support. That's going to make even double the support. And if they don't cover and it holds, they're going to get squeezed out. So this is a very powerful pattern. And this is one of the most important things when it comes to trading, is just having that idea of understanding how traders think, understanding how traders react to price, and implementing that within your trading. It's not as basic as a few indicators crossing over another. That doesn't give you any context of what's going on. At the end of the day, when it comes to trading, is like you and I, like we're trading against other traders. And if you want to take advantage of those traders, then you need to understand how they're thinking and how you can take advantage of their positions. And that's the most important thing. And that's what you can read in the chart if you learn how to read charts properly. So as far as SES goes, this has complete supernova potential. It's the first massive runner in the past 2 months, has lots of hype, has lots of FOMO, has a very low float, and lots of shorts are trapped in this who are going to be holding over the weekend and hoping that it's going to fall down. So this could drop and fall down to near $6 and still be very bullish. So if you do trade it on Monday, make sure that you're being smart with it. And now I hope that we're going to see a lot better follow through in the small cap stock market, because now that we have this to reignite the market, everyone's going to be looking for the next one, and we should see lots of low floats popping up for some quick gains. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you want to be notified of future videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button next to that. If you have any questions on this content, leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to help you out. I want to give you guys some more free upfront value just because that's the type of person I am. There's a link down below for a free trading workshop. You get a video course, a complete video course on the basics of trading, and also my top 3 PDFs of how to trade. There's my free ebook, how to day trade every single morning, my personal trading checklist that I use every single day to trade, and also my top 10 trading strategies that I use and my members in TradeBuddy use to trade the markets and make profits. So like I said, there's a link down below for that. Check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.